don't believe all that nonsense anyway, do you?
I don't. You?
All right.
Candyman, 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 Candyman.
Candyman.
They chased Candyman through the town to Cabrini Green, where they proceeded to saw off his right hand with a rusty blade. But this was just the beginning of his ordeal. Nearby, there was an apiary, dozens of hives filled with hungry bees. They smashed the hives and stole the honeycomb and smeared it over his prone, naked body.
Yes?
Helen.
Who is that? Who is that?
Helen, I came for you.
Do I know you?
No. But you doubted me.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
No need to leave yet.
But I'm late.
You are not content with the stories, so I was obliged to come. Be my victim. Be my victim. I am the writing on the wall, the whisper in the classroom. Without these things, I am nothing. So now I must shed innocent blood. Come with me.
And what a way to end Halloween with, would you call this a black classic?
No, because it doesn't. Well, yeah, no. Wait a minute. The McDuffie rule doesn't work in this because there's only two. No, but hold up. Yeah, it does because there's more black people in the movie than white people.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, it does pass the McDuffie.
Wait a minute. Did we watch the same movie?
Yeah, we did. We did watch the same movie.
I'm just saying, I do believe I counted at least. Okay, not counting the extras, but as far as main black people are concerned, there was at least 3.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it was
it's the McDuffie rule.
By the McDuffie rule, if there's 3 black people that got speaking roles, it's a black movie. Ha!
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Candyman. We have a special guest. You want to introduce yourself, ma'am?
Sure. Hey, everybody. It's Zena, Real Queen of Horror, and you can find me at realqueenofhorror.com. I've been running that blog for about 6 years, and I also do YouTube videos as well as podcast episodes. So Hello.
What you don't know is she's also a Candyman fanatic, hence why I wanted her on here. So, just putting that out there.
Yes, I had to jump at the chance to talk about this movie because I feel like sometimes people forget about it. The sequels are understandable, but not the first one.
I think the reason why people are well, I want to say so much forget about it, but they don't talk about it is because I think this movie actually kind of legit scared them.
Oh man, everybody finds it scary. That shocks me to this day.
Especially, I say about if you're like 37 on down, you have a Candyman story. You have at least one story where it's like, oh man, I was in the third grade. We all said Candyman, and then like my best friend was like bumping the door, but I thought Candyman was coming after us or some mess. I don't know. I do have one, and basically, without going through the whole story, I'll say this: my cousin ain't shit. Me and my cousin, we was in the bathroom upstairs in my grandma's house, and he thought it'd be a good idea. At like 8 o'clock, it's pitch dark outside. We're by the woods, so it's like pitch dark. You're like, hey man, let's do the Candyman thing. And me, I'm like, yeah, I'm real. I ain't scared of shit. But like Candyman. We say Candyman the 5th time. My cousin, who was underneath us, I didn't know it until I got a little bit older. He had a broom, and the second we said Candyman the 5th time, he starts banging on the floor underneath us. Oh my god, I think I shit myself. I really think I shit myself.
I have to say, watching this movie, it is amazing that, at least to me, I feel it still holds up in terms of like it having that creepy horror vibe to it and stuff. I mean, it's a horror movie anyway, but like it still holds up to me. I mean, and I don't see them touching this as a remake. I don't know who could. I don't think there is anybody that could replace Tony Todd as Candyman. I'm sorry.
That was something I was going to point out. Tony Todd was probably the best thing about this movie, period.
Yes, he was. I think I usually scoff at the idea scoff at the whole notion when you say remake, because you just, I know how you are, Chris. Like, nah, should it be a remake because you're used to seeing remakes, and that's not, that's just that's normal to say that. In this case, I think there's a reason why they didn't there's no remake, at least not that we hear one lately, because I think this is the one, at least one of the movies that, for real, you got to wait at least 30 years before some asshat really does say, hey, let's make a remake of this. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies. This is not, and I don't think it's like on the same level of a slasher movie where everybody like, oh, we got to remake this, or we got to make another Jason. We're going to get another remake of Jason.
Like
that?
Which in my personal opinion is unnecessary, because the 2009 movie was good enough. They could have continued that.
Agreed.
Ooh, I know 2 people that would disagree with you vehemently on that one, man, but I get you.
And I'm pretty sure they will, but hey, from my viewpoint, I enjoyed it. Like, I understand people have their hang-ups with it, and of course it's not a perfect movie, but I enjoyed it for what it is. It's a slasher movie. It's a guy in a hockey mask killing people left and right. What more do you want?
I mean, unlike the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake and also the Friday the 13th remake, they didn't try to sympathize Jason. He killed people. That's about all you really need to know.
That's the thing I was
That's exactly my point. I mean, what do you like? What more? Like, what improvements do you want to see? Do you want him to talk?
Don't say that.
No. See, look, here's the funny thing. I would take the Jason at least that Jason remake over the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, even though there was a lot they did right, but it was a whole bunch I just really didn't like about it. And I take it over the Halloween remake, the Rob Zombie one. We already talked about that last time, but yeah, I take those over that one, man, any day. Yeah. So but yeah, I just don't think nobody's ever going to touch Candyman. At least if you're going to touch it, do it right. Try to update it just a little bit.
How would you guys feel about a 4th one?
You know what? I wouldn't mind a 4th one. Mm-hmm. If as long as Tony Todd is in it, come on, he can still do it. It ain't like he was. It wasn't like Tony Todd. It wasn't like Tony Todd was doing like parkour or some shit like that. It's like, no, we can't do that.
In my own head canon, I feel Candyman is part of the Final Destination series, except he just isn't killing people. He's a mortician now, and it's like, all right, I'm just gutting bodies now, and that's my job. So.
And I did say as a joke, I said as a joke when when I was going through, what was it, the second season of Flash? I did say as a joke every time Zoom said something, I was like, "Hey, yo, Barry, that's fucking Candyman, dude. You need you need to respect him." Like I kept on saying that. So I think that man.
I got a question for you, Zena. Like, since you're our horror movie buff here, how would you feel if they did make a fourth movie? How would you feel if it was made by Guillermo del Toro?
Oh my God! I'm sorry. That just I didn't know that sound could come from my body. But you know what? I would actually really love that because I'm a huge fan of his. Actually, I love him. One of my favorite movies that he's done. And I know like a lot of people forget about this one as well, but it was like a twist on a vampire movie called Kronos. It's on. Check it out. But yeah, I love him, and I think that would be amazing if he did that.
Yeah. You watch this movie, and I completely forgot that Candyman's origins was rooted in just straight up like, yo, white people did not like that dude for shit. Like, straight up got killed because he was a good painter and a good, like, businessman. And white people were like, nope, don't like that. Lynch him. Get him out of here.
And then, know, he got together with some guy's daughter, right? He got her pregnant. Mm-hmm. Have you noticed that it's always white women? Like, he's like in modern times. So it's just like out of all the women in the world, though, the world, like the second one, the third one, like, but I mean, I get it, I guess.
I mean, it was rough because I was like, yo, these people really hated him. Like, yo, like, cut his painting hand off. I'm like, yo, put a hook on it and was like, and just to add insult to injury, we're going to lather you in honey and let bees just sting you to death and then burn you. It's like, Jesus.
Y'all said Jesus. Here's me. That sounds like white folk to me.
Pretty much.
Sound like white folk to me, man.
And if I'm not mistaken, didn't his origins also come out of slave times?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry, bro. You asked for that ass whooping.
Did he ask for it? You can't say ask for it. That's a white people shit there, dude. You can't say he asked for it.
The time. Come on. Look at the timing. Did you not hear the did you not hear the exposition?
It's 1890.
Actually, the way he said it, no. The way Eric said that is the exact way he needed to say it. Imagine if it was all four of us, we was in the cotton field saying it. DJ Sue just made the most sense. Nah, that nigga should have never jumped.
Fucked up, but yeah. You know what? You're right.
I'm just speaking the truth.
That's on two levels. That's on two different levels. Just what happened was horrific as hell, and then it was a cautionary tale of what black women have, not black women, what black mothers have been telling us for years. All right, don't be messing around with that white girl.
Now, I'm not saying that they should have killed him, but I understand.
Look, let's look at the structure here.
I mean, it's like, it's not enough. Again, you take his painting hand. You could have just left him alone and he'd just been wallowing in his pity and stuff.
Son. You watch Roots. Y'all seen what they did to Kunta Kinte. Just imagine if Fiddler said, I'm running away. They would have cut that nigga hand off. You knew that was coming. You like to play the violin. We take the only thing that made you happy in life. Cut. That's
I was just about to say that, D, for real. I was just about to say, like CJ, are you not seeing the picture here? It's slave times. You really think they was just gonna stop there by cutting his hand off?
Well, you know, the crazy part is that they really made him this huge businessman that on top of him being this good painter, he's the guy that developed the system for mass producing shoes. It's like, wow. Okay, maybe, you know what, Eris, maybe you're right. Maybe he did deserve that. That's too prosperous here. You can't, too prosperous here.
Yeah. Man, we look. You and I both got family from North Carolina. Ask one of them families, wait a minute, y'all used to have money? Yes, we did. Okay, what's your great-great-granddaddy do to a white person? He spoke up too loud? I thought so. Thank you.
It's true.
I mean, come on, you have to at least kind of feel bad for him. I mean, compared to like compared to the other, I guess, quote unquote, monsters in horror, like even using Freddy Krueger as an example, I didn't really feel bad for him because you know what, he was a pedophile. Yeah. So, but with him, like you guys, he was just a painter. Okay, he was just minding his own business, painting this girl, and then oh my God, I think I love you. Next thing you know, she has a baby. They find out, they chop off his hand. You know, it's not his fault.
Oh yeah.
Kind of feel bad for him.
I'm just mad that Virginia Madsen has to be the one to try to debunk it. And I'm like, really? You're going to debunk the black man myth here? What are we doing here? And that was her first mistake off the break of this movie.
Going to the wrong side of the tracks in the black neighborhood.
And trying to debunk the myth of Candyman. I'm like, well, you already screwed up, lady. So,
first off, I'm going to give her a little space on that. Because what she was trying to do was not debunk just like, I was a black man. No, she was trying to debunk urban myths. Basically,
that's
you know what I mean?
Debunking it, period. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Look. Yeah, that is true. But that's like getting mad at Jeremy Lin for having dreadlocks. Yeah, we could get mad at him, but the nigga is Chinese, so
like, kind of let it go.
Kind of let it go. In this case, it's like no. She was trying to debunk an urban myth. You know how like every almost like every city has some type of urban myth, or like don't go down there, don't go there. Yeah. And you want to stop, see, why is it a phenomenon? What makes it so real? And what happened was it got way too real.
Oh, like you want to know what it was, D? You want to know what it was? And you can agree with me on this. It was the Gloria and Cannibal Ferox syndrome. She went into this shit believing that this whole Candyman story was bullshit.
This is exactly. You know what? This is exactly almost like. No, it ain't exactly like it because
it ain't exactly like it. But
there's no cocaine. There's no dude getting his dick chomped off and ate up. So it ain't the same thing, but the principle of it is the same thing.
It's there because guess what? Look, I know I'm jumping ahead here. Had she lived at the end of the movie, I mean, now hold on. Now hear me out. Had she lived at the end of it, even witnessing Candyman for herself, she would have turned in her thesis. Her friend would have been dead. Her husband would have been dead and she would have felt no remorse because she found out dude was cheating on her. We would have saw her with that stone face stare at the camera, play the funky music.
You know what I mean? It would have been the same
wait, I'm sorry. Since we're going off topic, we have to talk about how her husband was having an affair with that.
Of course he was.
Wait, but here's the thing that just it made me laugh, and I remember even seeing this as a kid, and I thought it was funny. So, okay, when Helen goes to her husband's classroom and she's like introduced to some of the students, and Stacy was so brave, shaking her hand, looking at her right in her eyeballs. Hi, Stacy. Right? But then she escaped the hospital and went back to the apartment and came in. An old girl was like painting the walls like some ugly peach color. I don't know what she was thinking. And then
that was terrible.
She was like, "Get out of my house!" And then she just started crying. Why are you crying? What happened to that bravery? Who is this woman who was crying?
Yo, I was literally looking at her like, that was a bold move, Cotton. What you gonna do now?
Here's me. No, when she came in there, she's like, "Get out my house," and she started crying. You wasn't crying when you was riding my husband.
Not only was she not crying the first time they met, and like you said, CJ, that was bold as hell. Because even I looked at, I was like, "Ooh, you bold. What is you doing, baby?"
I got look. If there's anything, and I'm not like giving this dude points, but I have to give him a trophy because, dude, that turnaround was real quick.
Hey, I gotta be real about this too. You don't understand,
dude. He had his side chick moving the house. She's repainting the joint. He just knew, like, hey man. You know what? You know what happened when she got arrested and went to the crazy house? You know what he said? I got my side chick. Look at God. Oh my God.
Can I just say for the record that Xander Berkeley is just the godfather of playing those type of roles as the piece of shit husband?
He is.
Oh, I just realized that. And you know what? I just realized that was him.
Yeah, he's good at playing those roles. It's like, yo, he just plays.
He is good.
Seamless.
He is really good at playing asshole characters.
No. Here's the best part of the whole infidelity part that really got. It was already bad enough that anybody that watched this movie saw that first scene with him and his own girl. We knew off the oh, he fucking her. But what made it real bad was when she called the house 3:00 in the morning. He didn't pick up, and she was like, "Where were you?" Oh, I was asleep. Lying ass nigga.
Oh, D, doesn't that remind you of Pierce Brosnan in the Foreigner and shit when he lied to his wife and his wife said the same thing, like, get the fuck out of here.
It's like, no, of course not. Yeah. Dude, you might as well just tell her what position you had that girl in, man.
She was a downgrade. So
she wasn't short, to be honest.
She was a super downgrade.
She was a straight up downgrade because I'm just gonna be real. Virginia Madsen, she's a straight up woman. You got yourself a teenager, dude. For real.
And you know it's bad. You know it's bad when even he realized he downgraded, like, at the end of the movie, because he was sitting in the bathroom giving zero fucks about what she wanted to do. You saw the flashbacks. He was thinking about Virginia Madsen, like, oh God, she actually prepared meals for me. I come home, she was damn near ready to take my shoes off, like slob on my knob, and serve me dinner. Like, the fuck did I do?
The thing is, too, Stacey had nerve to have an attitude after his wife died. And so what? Let him cry in the bathroom, like you said, because he realized that he made a mistake. She was having an attitude, throwing meat around in the kitchen because he didn't want to come out and help her make salad. Like,
you know what I mean? He knew off the break. The second she's like, "What do you want to eat, honey?" He was like, "Eat." It's like, "What do you want to eat, honey?" And he just walked to the bathroom. He just thought to himself, "Man, this bitch don't even know how to make oodles and noodles without burning the house down. What did I do? Oh my God, what did I do wrong?"
You know what? He felt that the moment he felt that regret at the funeral.
He was like, he did. She was like trying to comfort him, and it's just like, no, just get away.
Bro, this was like reverse Donald Trump and Ivanka, where he tries to hold his wife's hand and she quickly pulls away in public.
It's one of the funnier jokes. Well, the funniest joke ever I heard out of a Tyler Perry play was Tyler Perry saying, she was like, he said when he was Medea, he's like, every time my husband cough, he go cut. I'll go I take my ring off just a little bit. He's like, Mom, I know you. Yes, I did. The second he went in that hole, I took it off. I said, "Thank you." I'm like, roll.
Hey, can I say for the record, Cassie Lemons, she was a thing in the '90s. She's the black chick that was in the movie alongside Vanessa Williams. It's a Bernadette.
Yeah, Bernadette.
I got to be real with her. I probably seen her 2 times.
She directed Eve's Bayou.
For real?
Yep.
She was in Silence of the Lambs.
Mm-hmm.
The Silence of the Lambs. Yes, she was.
She actually did low-key one of my favorite movies, Caveman Valentine. She actually did that.
I thought she was going to say the 5 Heartbeats.
Oh, hell, come on. I mean, I would say 5 Heartbeats, too.
I'm sorry. Aren't we all Negroes? Yeah, yes. We do like the 5 Heartbeats.
Listen to our 5 Heartbeats podcast.
Yeah, only reason, look, and the main reason why he says that is because DJ Sue deserves an award because he was going straight he was straight going Eddie Kane with every line in the movie. That's fair. I wish there raindrops would.
You hit them notes, man. I was like, man, if there was like a reenactment in real life.
I gotta be real, I was Robert Townsend. I'll be very real with myself. I'm not ashamed.
I guess I'm the dude that was the Golden Lords in Meteor Man, I guess.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. See, you said, look, so you know what I like about that? I didn't have to set you up for that. You did it yourself. Here you go. That's a sticker for you, man. It's great. Scrap it. It smells good.
Also, too, maybe it's just me. I actually think low-key Vanessa Williams is not really appreciated as an actress.
You know what? I made a joke about her being an over actor. No, she's not. But yeah, she's underappreciated though. She really is, man. I think she did the I think she was actually perfect for the 90s.
But because it was crazy to me, it's like you see her when she transitioned once it got to the 2000s, and then bam, she got Soul Food, and then all of a sudden, like, I didn't see anything from her for a while, And then she pops up on the Flash. I'm like, oh crap, Vanessa Williams still acting. All right, cool.
Wow. The one thing that got me with Vanessa Williams though, was, in the movie, what had me rolling was she did what I call the ghetto security. What you do is you have your dog stick their head. You have their dog stick your head out the door for 2 seconds. Like, get the fuck off here.
AKA enter the jump scare.
I mean, that was like one. You know what? Don't you miss when jump scares were worth a damn?
Yeah,
I miss it.
But that scene, I didn't like that scene. Like that made me not like her in the movie. And then after that, everything that she did, like as a kid, like when I first watched the movie, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like her because I didn't see her point. Just look through your peephole, or she had a window. They weren't trying to get into her apartment or anything like that. So what's your point? That's what I was thinking as a kid. You know, I was just a really weird kid. So
you know what it was actually? I see a white person up here. Gotta let them know where they at.
Hey, if you really like running bet, if you had to bet which black chick was gonna get killed, because again, we're doing Dwayne McDuffie rules here. If you had to choose between Vanessa Williams and Kasi Lemmons that was gonna get killed, who would you have placed? I mean, clearly we know Kasi Lemmons dies and stuff, but did you really think Vanessa Williams was going to die or Kasi?
Now, here's the funny thing about that.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of thought that Vanessa Williams was going to go.
Now, as a grown man, it's funny. I've seen this movie at least like 4 times, but for some reason, this last time when I seen this, I don't know why it just slipped my head. Maybe it's because of what's going on in real life. But when she had that butcher knife in her hand, the cops came in. I'm like, the cops going to shoot the shit out of her.
Put the knife down. Put the knife down.
And then you stop and realize, wait a minute, this is 1992, and this is a white woman. They're going to have a conversation with her first.
This is before Rodney King too. That's the crazy part about it.
That's the thing, though. I would say who's closer to the main character. But then again, no, because like you said, Vanessa Williams, even though she had actual. You know, she was a part of the movie like that. She was not too attached to where if she died, we would miss her. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think I know what you're saying right there. I would still say Bernadette would have been gone, though.
also, our favorite dude that's been in, like, every movie in the 90s, Ted Raimi, is in here.
Oh, yeah.
Billy.
When they were talking about the first urban legend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put Ted Raimi in the category of Clint Howard almost. He's been in like everything damn near. Mm-hmm. At the very least, I put him in that category. But yeah,
I need to say this only for reasons. When I was on the after movie down the podcast, I was telling them that we were going to do Candyman, and John said that one professor that was telling the story of Candyman sounded so ridiculous to him. He was like, they put honey all over his naked, prone body.
It's like, did you really have to emphasize that, sir?
Like he's just the way he said it. He's like his whole draw and all that. He's like, it's a creepy story, but I'm taking out of it because of the way he's saying it. So I had to mention.
He did kind of snob it if you think about it.
Yes, he did. He had to, because I like what she said. So what you like? I'm looking like, wait a minute, you're going where?
Do you not know the story? How are you going to bury me?
How do you propose to bury a person without reading what I have already done? You see,
now, I'd like to say for the record, I'm a fan of good deaths in these horror movies and stuff, and I actually liked all the deaths in Candyman.
The only death that I didn't see coming, really, I think nobody saw coming. The Rockwilder had to go. Nobody.
Yeah, man. Look,
man. I didn't see I did not see the death of that dog coming, and what a way to go, man.
Usually animals tend to be safe in these horror movies. They just run off because they know shit's gonna pop off.
CJ, no, they don't. They are not safe.
Hey, Chris, check it out. Look at me. This was made when? 1992. Nigga, this ain't 2003 where all of a sudden that became a rule.
This also ain't the 80s where the dog would disappear midway through the movie and show up inexplicably at the last minute, like just before the killer makes his final strike.
Oh yeah, and it ain't a 1970s movie made by Italians where if you are an animal and you have a heartbeat, you gotta go. It ain't like that.
I'm just saying, I just feel personally that, hey, Jason never killed an animal, so clearly, who's more of an animal lover? Jason is. Boom. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You don't know that. Jason looks like in between Friday the 13th, he kills a lot of animals in the woods. Okay,
just to make him feel something.
It bleeds. Might as well stab. But with all the deaths in the movie, all of them, come on, man. I think the one thing the best death to me was the one where Candyman straight up trolled the audience. That was the best one. When she was talking to the psychiatrist and she said Candyman 5 times, he was like, well,
I love that one too. He was like looking at her like he did not believe her at all.
Look, here come Candyman right there. What did I tell you?
he was trolling the shit out of folks at the end. It's like, he just reneged on what he originally said and was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna kill all the community. Let's just do that.
Do you guys have like a favorite scene?
This is just me poking fun here. And D, tell me if you agree with me on this. Did you like the great acting during the interrogation scene where she was like, where Virginia Madsen had to take her clothes off, and the non tears that I saw.
She was like, I don't want to, like, take off your shirt. I'm like, why are you crying like that?
It's like, is your father in the background with a belt about ready to whoop you or something? What's going on here?
That's the way she treated it,
She was like, take off your bra. No, she went forward. Remove your brassiere.
Yeah, she did.
I don't want it. There's blood everywhere. I don't want it.
I was about 5 seconds of just screaming out for her. I need an adult.
Favorite scene.
That was one of my favorite scenes because the whole time I just said acting.
One of my favorite scenes was the fact when she was in the apartment by herself, she saw Candyman. She runs out the apartment, sees him in the hallway. What does she do? She does the most white girl move in the world. Go back into the apartment.
Because of course you do that.
I was like, wait a minute. That dude is Zoom. She's already going to be in that room when you come in there.
I think for me, I literally pulled the. I'm surprised Virginia Madsen didn't pull the Mark Wahlberg "What No" when she found out she was the reincarnation of Candyman's lover. It's like, what? No. I'm like, come on, Virginia. You had to know this is the reason why he's stalking you. But also too, I just love the fact that he just opened up his robe. Opened up his jacket and it's this fucking rib cage with bees all in it and shit. I thought that was I actually liked that scene.
That was a great use of practical effects.
Yeah.
That was, as a kid, that scared the mess out of me. Really, with all the bees and all that. Another scene I really liked was when Candyman finally showed up for the first time. She's like, "Oh snap! I got published. Everything's all good. Have some wine, my husband. It's finna be a Helen." Helen. She looked up there. She looked up there. Go ahead.
No, I like how she looked around like, "I'm sorry, what?"
Tony Todd sitting over there looking like he about to pose for Jet magazine. I waited for you, Helen. I'm like, and that's what I said.
She would. I'm sorry, I just can't believe that she would turn around. Like if I heard someone who sound like the way he did, like with his deep, harsh voice, it was all ashy, just calling her name, I would not turn around. I'll just go to my car.
Emphasis on ashy. That is, what? You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. The Tony Todd voice.
Yeah, but at the same time, I do love that scene. It does look like he's in a magazine with his long 1970s jacket, But the thing is, too, it's like, I love that scene because I remember him saying, to her, you were not content with the story, so I was obliged to come. So pretty much it's kind of like what we spoke about earlier with people like Helen. Helen's the kind of person where it's like, you know, Candyman, in order to keep him alive, to revive the myth, he needs new victims. She's the perfect victim because she's nosy. So it just worked out for him, and you know, it was bound to happen. And kind of like, I don't remember who said this earlier, but when you guys were like, how if she was supposed to live, it is true. She would just be staring, blanked face, and the camera, just like nothing.
That was me. And I'm sorry, it goes right into Cannibal Ferox rules.
Yeah, where it's like you done seen the worst of humanity, or in this case, you outlived a freaking monster.
Like you outlived a monster. You witnessed everybody you know get murdered in the worst way, and what do? You turn in your thesis. You return in your thesis, receive all the praise, and have the look of death. You're just totally dead inside.
Hey, but you know what? She saved the black baby at the end. That's all that matters.
That she did. While being burned.
I like how all of a sudden, I was like, it was so funny when she walked into that whole bonfire, right? Bonfire pit, right? I was sitting there to myself, okay, all right. You know, I didn't notice this I noticed this, but now I notice it. There's a lot of, this is like Black Wicker Man out of nowhere.
It really is.
Yeah.
No, seriously. There's bees. There's a big ass bonfire.
What they were missing is saying, not the bees, not the bees, not the bees.
You know, the only thing that ran through my mind when she decided to carry the baby out, I said to myself, you know, I'm wondering why no one is noticing a white woman crawling around all that wickerware and they're getting ready to set it on fire.
I blame that little boy, Jake. He was never in school. He was always nosy, always in her business. And
bruh. See, I knew you were going to say that because I was like, yeah, dude, that dude. You know what? That kid's actually been in a lot of movies in the 90s, too. He was always that kid. I forgot the kid's name, though. But yeah.
That little kid.
No, I remember it. I remember that kid because, ironically, his first name is actually my middle name.
Dewan what?
Dewan Guy.
Yeah.
You know what? The one, you know, it's kind of funny that you say that. With him just being out of school all the time, I did say this. Of all, like the kid never go to school. I hope he I hope he has something to contribute to this. Oh, you know, backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really detailed backstory.
Right.
I like a lot of. It's like this, like a lot of detail. Take your ass to school, little nigga. You hop on a bus.
But wait a minute, guys. What we find out is that he grows up to get punched by Baby Boy. Boom. There you go.
Yes! That was it.
I don't know. Like, you know how, like, in horror movies, they always have that mysterious old person who knows everything? So it was this little boy. Like, they flipped it on us. We didn't know. So he knew everything.
They flipped it on us. Actually, they flipped it on us quite a few times. The first time we thought that I'm this random character, but I got all the backstory on the plot was the janitor in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, she knew everything as well.
And did you like it when she called her friend over who lived in the same area as her and knew the victim? I like how she said she gave all that backstory. Again, we got another character with all this backstory. And how does she end it? By being black and saying, I don't know nothing about that though.
Hey, I gotta be honest with you, man.
If you notice anything about this movie, all the black people say the same thing. I don't know though. I don't know. Don't be telling me about that. I don't know.
Hey, I gotta be real with you, man. I wish Bill Cobbs was in this movie as the old black man that knows stuff. Personally.
Bill Cobbs. Look. Bill Cobbs probably would have been, but it would have been the same role he had in New Jack City, except this time where he'd be like, "Go, white lady, get out of here! Candyman killed me." That's probably what would have happened.
Got stabbed in the back, like I knew you were gonna come for me.
Actually, hold up. Bill Cobb was there, right? And Candyman were to kill him. He would go, damn it, Candyman, you're killing your own people.
You really would have.
Yo.
He would have given the Nino Brown line. You killing your own people.
Now, I did
Famous
say
last
this.
words.
I did say this when he walked on when little man told her, he's like, yeah, it all happened in there. She's like, okay, I'm gonna go in there just for a couple seconds. She goes into that bathroom, right? Here's me. You know, set that white lady up.
And then he said he didn't yell, he could have warned her. Something, nothing.
He
He
ain't
just
knock
sat
on
there
a window,
watching.
nothing. Didn't do nothing, man. They came up in the drug dealer. That's a drug dealer. I don't know what he is.
Oh, he was a drug dealer straight up.
Yo, that wasn't a gun butt. That was a hook butt that he gave that shit.
You know what? And I let that pass too. I said, it's not a gun, but good God, was that good? It was satisfying.
You got a ping out of that bad boy.
I'm sorry. I needed to go back to Bernadette because she was. I don't feel bad for her because she did it to herself. Now I remember when I was in school and I was in class. It's like, come on, you have your friends and you have your friends from school. Now, if I heard that one of my classmates, like if I'm taking some college course and we're doing a project together and we're cool and all, we can go to Applebee's or whatever. But then it's just like I'm hearing about her getting in some kind of trouble, you know, as far as it goes with murder. I'm not going to your house with flowers. I'll send you a text, maybe an email. And then she still came in there. And it's like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, it did not sound like she was like, oh, no, go away. Like she was strong. It sounded like she was doing something, you know, something that you should not see at all. So just the fact that she still went in there, I didn't feel sorry for her.
You know, with all that caution that she gave, because I did make a joke. I'm like, I like how the white girl's going into the trap and the black girl's like, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Because that easily makes sense.
Well, because somebody said it best. If you really had a movie, a horror movie, where it's just strictly nothing but black people, it would be a very short movie. So you have to get that one black person and you have to dumb them down, unfortunately.
But but I agree with Zena because what happened was the fact that she not only giving the flowers and all that, but you know, for like nothing kicked out of all that cautionary. I don't think we should do this. I don't think we should do that. Oh, she didn't kill that dog. I'm just gonna go to her house.
And the child was missing, and she even said, "Oh no, but I want one." Like, come on, she wants a kid, and that girl's baby is gone. Come on.
Like, yo, exactly. Nothing clicked in your head like, please. She said Helen didn't do it. I know she didn't do it. Sure she had a knife in her hand and all the blood on her and all that mess. And there's a baby missing. Come on. The court system will handle this. No, not ever. Never said by nobody.
Hey, I gotta say for the record though.
House.
Now this is I have to say Clive Barker, he cornered the market on his horror properties in the 90s.
He did? What else did he do?
Hellraiser.
Oh yeah, he did do Hellraiser.
Yeah, his movies, I mean Candyman and Hellraiser, those were the two movies that had like a franchise.
Did he do the second Hellraiser? Yeah.
He produced it, but yeah. He did, I think he did Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3.
I don't know about 3.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know. Hellraiser right here, no nothing.
Well, diving a little further into this film, Zena, how did you feel about the music?
Oh, it's a classic. It's a cult classic. I would even remember reading about Philip Glass, who pretty much created all of the music for the film. He said, or the complete film score, he said that he still gets checks every single year.
Wow,
nice.
Really?
Yep.
I believe
it. It's a classic.
Wow.
I believe it. 3-6 Mafia redid 2 songs.
Really?
From this soundtrack too. Yes, they did. Especially if you listen to 3-6 Mafia as much as I did, you will pick up on, oh, they used that. Oh, they used that one too. It's like, I think there's 3 of them, but there's 2 of them definitely. The one in the beginning and like, I think it's one in the middle. They redid his beats. And of course, that's what 3-6 did, man. They used to do that, like take songs from horror films or stuff like that and remix them and whatever it is. So yeah, I do love, but I did love the soundtrack for this movie though.
So how about the ending?
I was just saying, I love the ending. I found it very satisfying. I'm happy that Helen took care of her husband.
Yes.
You know, that just brought joy to my life because it's like he wants to appreciate her when he has that bimbo who can't even make anything, putting stuff on plastic plates. How do you put raw meat in the fridge and then on like a plastic white sheep? I don't know. That just really upset me. But yeah, you know, it was just a very satisfying ending. It was like just, you know, one last bloody gore scene, which is always a good thing.
Did you love those fake tears? Like, oh my God, my wife, she's dead. Ah.
No, it's upset, and
I haven't been.
That he died, and it was brutal.
I do have one question though. So, who painted Helen on the wall in the ghetto? Who did that? We're just going to ignore that.
I'm just going to assume. I'm just going to say, hey, that was Candyman.
Y'all forgot Candyman's an excellent painter.
I was gonna say it was probably Jake. He's never in school, so.
Yeah, Jake decided, hey, you know what? Let me go ahead and just climb through this, this mirror real quick, and go through the catacombs of Candyman's lair, and just start painting.
You know what? We're skip. You know what, guys? I am really sad that we're skipping the theme of gentrification in this movie.
So Candyman was fighting against gentrification.
Not really. But I did like the fact that Helen knew enough that where she lived at now used to be the old projects. I'm like, see, she woke, y'all. She know what's up.
That's why when you make Candyman 4, you have to be like Candyman versus the white developers. Let's go.
Do you guys remember when Helen was talking to Bernadette, and this was like after she was attacked, and she said how, oh, you know, isn't it funny how I get attacked as a white woman and the police, they're all over it, but you know that black woman, what was her name? Billie Jean something, Rhoda Jean,
Ruthie Jean.
Thank you, Ruthie Jean was attacked, and they didn't even come for her. So
Ruthie Jean was attacked, and at least one person called the police twice. No one came. They thought she was going crazy. By the time they showed up, she had been murdered. White woman goes in. She screams one time in the in the black neighborhood, and the cops showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Hey man, Helen knew.
Vintage 1990 police. I miss it.
Helen knew. No, nigga. That's Chicago. So that sounds like Chicago to me. That sounds like Chicago. Don't blame this on the year. That's Chicago. That's the Chicago PD. She got a point though, man. Like, hey, man. See, Helen, you know about it, don't you? Know about it. Yeah. You call her like so. Look, she was like, you woke as hell. That like, ain't that just like a white girl call on a black man? All of a sudden, she know everything about us.
Can I also mention this? When she said that to Bernadette, right? Here's me. All right, Virginia. You invited to the black barbecue. Matter of fact, I already got your plate ready to go.
Full of bees. Just FYI.
Full of bees.
Full of bees.
Nah, I'm sorry. By her pointing that out, she was invited to the black barbecue.
Then they got immediately taken back when you was found in that black woman's apartment.
You know what? I decided to scoop the potato salad away when I saw her take that blade to Vanessa Williams. I'm like, oh, you cut? Hold up. You don't do that. I understand she's attacking you. I mean, the woman lost her child. Come on. Try to de-escalate the situation here. Don't make it worse by attacking her back. I understand you defending yourself, but damn, you're a white woman in the black neighborhood. Cop showed up. Oh, sweet, merciful justice.
Wasn't that scene insane? Like when Helen woke up in the bathroom, and then we just hear Vanessa Williams' character crying and screaming. Yeah. We can literally hear her tearing her hair out.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Now, the only thing I will say, she was now, yeah, I get it as a father, yeah, I would have been freaked out just as much as her, but I would have been freaked out just as much as her, but it's like, yo, you act like the baby. I thought the baby died. I thought the baby had like a knife in him. The way she was screaming, the way she was freaking out, man. But what the real freaky part about that was, well, not freaky, but weird part about it was when Helen woke up, she immediately picked up the knife. I'm like, why are you picking up a bloody knife? Put it down.
She wants the knife, D. She wants the knife. Let her have the knife.
It was like she like, oh my God, what's going on? Let me pick up this bloody knife. Oh my God.
Oh my God, my God.
She but yeah, that was freaky enough, man. And then but like I said, it didn't happen again though. You knew that Candyman was going you had to know that Candyman was gonna come back and kill somebody else because he wasn't done with your ass. If anything, to be honest with you, Candyman set his own demise up because he let Helen live so long.
Yeah, hey, but I get it, but at the same time, it's like, well, you had it coming, dog. You did, I mean, I'm pretty sure you saw this coming.
Hey, well, y'all like me when Candyman was feeding that baby honey? Get your nasty ass fingers out that
exactly. Did you wash your hands? Did you wash your hands before you handled that baby?
You don't put this. I'm like, yo, why you putting the finger in that? Man, you been dead for how long, son?
I guess there's honey in him. I don't know.
But that was really made up, but the other scene that I really liked was when Helen was in when she was in the police car and all you hearing is like, you hearing like people talk about Candyman and all that. They really set it up to look like it was like she was really in a living nightmare. Mm-hmm. Like she didn't know what was going on, that she was disoriented, and all she could think about is all these flashes of blood and Candyman himself and all that. And also, you notice they did that throughout the movie. Every time there was like a flash, it would go back to that painting, where Candyman looked like Bulworth with his mouth all open. It kept on flashing that throughout the whole movie. I kind of like that too. Yeah. So it was just those little itty bitty things that I really liked.
Yeah, he was kind of like a jerk. Like when you think about it, Candyman, like he was really trying to like ruin her life, and he was doing a good job at it. I laughed out loud when she was this was right after he murdered the psychiatrist, and then he threw himself out the window and flew away to get blamed again. It's like, I mean, at least she learned to escape instead of just sitting there.
Here's me though. Whoa. When can you fly? She not only did she escape, but she had enough wherewithal to go to the next window, get the door open, fall on the person that that was helping her, knock them out, take their clothes, and get the hell out the hospital. I'm like, God, man, that was a little bit.
All right, if we're gonna close this out, I asked Zena this. What is your thoughts on the sequels?
I'm not a fan. Now, I'm the kind of person where I have horror movies that I like to go to sleep to. Like if I'm having a hard time going to sleep, I need something that will, help me. And usually I'll either put on Candyman 2 or 3 and I'll go right to sleep right during the opening credits because that's how I feel about it. I feel like they're not. I'm sorry. I just don't feel like they're good movies, like at all. It's like I think it's cool that Tony Todd that he was in the movies, but he even said it himself for the third one. He said that he wished that he didn't do the third one.
But he was in it with Ernie Hudson. I would think he'd been like, oh shit, Ernie Hudson. All right, dope.
It was just, it's ridiculous. Dude. It's ridiculous.
Ernie Hudson was probably the only reason why he even showed up, man. Like, man, at least my cousin gonna be there. It was like that.
They wanted to hang out together, I guess. I don't know. But that's pretty much how I feel about it. I wouldn't recommend it. It doesn't, because of the sequels, it doesn't change how I feel about the first one. Yeah. And it never will. So even if they were supposed to make like a fourth one, say for some reason it just sucks, it's not going to change how I feel about the first one and how it terrified me as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, because I always felt like the sequels to me, they always existed as those like, all right, it comes on at 11 o'clock on Cinemax. Because they're trying to fill in some stuff. That's about it. That's how it was to me. They didn't come across scary to me compared to the first one. It was just like, oh, Candyman's just killing people at this point.
Right.
So
what it came off. It to me, the sequels came off sort of like The Crow. Like they were there if you want.
Though like, to me personally, I don't think these two Candyman sequels. I think they're still better than the Crow sequels. After the second one,
I can't even be the judge about that. It's kind of funny that would you mention the director of the movie. It's kind of funny because Hellraiser went on that same path because the first one's a classic. The second one, in my opinion, is better than the first one. But after that, like the third one and onto the straight to DVD, straight to video movies that all were like directed by Alan Smithy. There's a problem there. There's a problem.
Once Hellraiser went to space, that's what it's like. Well, you jumped the shark. You went into space.
Hellraiser in space, like of course, because there was like a big cube in space. Wait a minute.
Every horror movie except for Candyman went to space. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that crazy?
Well, hold on. I don't remember Elm Street going to space. Okay, that would have made no sense.
Minus Elm Street and Candyman. A lot of other sequels went to space. It's like, Leprechaun in space.
You know what? No, here's the part about it. Here's the part about that. Jason X is terrible, but it's kind of entertaining. It's kind of entertaining. I know I had my little Candyman like story. Do you have as a kid? Did any of y'all have like any like little Candyman story where y'all try to do little like go in the mirror and say Candyman 5 times? Did any of y'all do that?
I did it, and I was disappointed.
I was like, none of.
Well, I didn't do that, but I did something else dumb. But I don't know. For some reason, I didn't make it to that one. I don't know why.
Okay. Nothing as far as, hey, I dare you to go in front of the mirror and say Candyman. Outside of that, no, I never had anything like that.
That's what I'm saying. Did you ever do that though? Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah, I did it, and I was quite disappointed that nothing happened.
Oh,
so I'm very disappointed that black man with a hook didn't stab me.
Now,
I mean, I'm not saying I asked for that. I'm just saying I'm just disappointed that nothing happened.
Okay.
But I never forget it when we was doing that as kids. Oh my god, we had like a substitute teacher in our class, right? And it was like the new section of our school, and we had like bathrooms in every classes. That was like some balling ass shit for some reason. But anyway, it was like a substitute teacher in the class. We're all running around being little bastards and shit. And all of a sudden, we thought it'd be a cool idea to do the Candyman thing. So he's like, go in the mirror and say Candyman 3 times, right? And we kept doing it and nothing happened. It was like, see, y'all just hitting the wall. Ain't nothing happening. Our substitute teacher says, all y'all stupid. You have to say Candyman 5 times. Now sit the hell down.
Hey, Aaron.
Aaron and all that. Which like it's like Candyman. But yeah, that's like the most. I just had to ask that question, man, because that just sounds like some little kiddie shit to do, man. And now I don't know if kids even still do that shit. I gotta be really honest with you. I don't think nothing scares kids except like no Wi-Fi. I think that's like the only thing that scares kids nowadays, man.
Oh, you know what, D? You just wrote the perfect horror movie. What happens when kids are trapped in the house with no Wi-Fi?
I was just about to say that. Turn off the Wi-Fi. No, better yet, turn off the Wi-Fi, and remove all freaking iPads or any type of tablet.
Nah, actually, just do a punishment movie. Just like you go to stay in your room, but mom, I don't have a TV. I don't have nothing in here. I know, and you just show that kid for 2 hours going crazy, like talking to themselves and all the rest of that. It will be such an avant-garde movie, man. I swear, man. It will be a horror movie by the end of the movie.
Then you get that one person that's a naysayer, like that wouldn't happen in real life. Really? Okay, lock your kid up in a room with no electronics and see what happens.
Man, nigga, I didn't have no toys in my room as a kid, man. And how you think I felt when my dad say, sit your ass down in there for an hour and a half?
Hey, joke was on my folks. My folks was like, yeah, you can't watch TV, but I can listen to the radio. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. And no, why did my dad do that same shit to me, man? My dad's like, yeah, when you get home, you ain't gonna have nothing in your room. And I'm thinking to myself, well, shit, he ain't gonna take the radio because that's when my alarm is. So he ain't gonna take my radio. My dad did the most savage shit ever. He replaced my fucking clock radio with a regular clock. You know the little grring, those little clocks.
Wow.
My dad's a fucking asshole for that, man. He did that, took all my toys out the room. Meanwhile, my sister, I hope she listened to this. You're a gigantic bitch for this. What she did, she turned her speakers around, put them against my wall, and blasted music. She wrong as hell for that, man.
Oh, man. But anyways, thanks, Zena. Thanks, Zena, for jumping on here. We definitely loved you on there. We definitely got to get you back on for another episode and stuff.
Yeah, especially when we do a horror movie.
Of course. Thank you guys so much. I enjoy talking about this movie. I love the fact that we all can mention funny parts, and then there's also some creepy parts as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
Yes. Where can we find any of your blog or anything else from you?
Sure, you can go to realqueenofhorror.com. I'm also on Twitter, Lovely Zena, and I'm on YouTube, Real Queen of Horror, and you can also like Real Queen of Horror on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Real Queen of Horror, or just type in Real Queen of Horror.
Cool.
That is excellent. Quick story though. You may not know this, Zena, but when I first got Three Black Geeks on Twitter, you were like one of the first 30 people that followed us, and I followed you, and it's just amazing that we finally got here like 4 years later. So that's awesome to me. So I knew eventually he was going to do something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. So,
So that'll be it.
yeah, that's it. So we will catch you guys later. Peace out.